Hey, this is your host, Dan Stafford with Midwestern Geek in Cali. Uh, just wanted to talk a little bit about um, some of the things that are happening here. With Midwestern Geek in Cali, I found that I can post the old episodes to the Internet Archive, www.archive.org, and link them on the blog. So they'll be hosted on the Internet Archive, linked on the blog. And then these videos will be uploaded to my YouTube channel and shared on the blog for Midwestern Geek and Cali as well. All right, cool. So what's going on with me right now? I'm in full-time school for ITSA, which is Information Technology Systems Administrator. Basically, it's an 8 certification course for Microsoft Certified Systems Administrator, starting off with the CompTIA A+. I'm in the A plus portion now. I'm about a month in, and of course, being self-taught in PCs for many years, since back in the days of DOS. First started off with a bare bones 286 machine, monochrome monitor, big old CRT, of course, and an old clunker machine that was being donated or tossed out by work as they were upgraded. It was a 286 machine, if you want to think that far back, 82, 86. The thing had no hard drive in it, so I bought a blank hard drive, put it in there, hooked up my old serial connector, USB, or USB, they didn't even have USB then, serial connector, keyboard and mouse, hooked it up to the machine. It had a 3.5-inch floppy drive, 5.25-inch floppy drive, when they really were floppy. And I loaded it with DOS 3.0 and got myself a copy of DOS for Dummies and kind of started back there. Well, the A plus class is kind of throwing me back because there's a lot of command line stuff. I'm also learning Linux along the way. As a matter of fact, I'm recording this video on a machine that I loaded Ubuntu 16.04.4 LTS on. So it's being recorded on a Linux machine. And I'm learning a little bits of Linux and Mac in the A plus portion of my certification series. And one of the cool things I'm learning about is Clam AV, which is an antivirus program for Linux. Yeah, Linux can get a virus, and so can Mac. It's not as common as Windows because they're not as big a share of the desktop PC market, but it's very possible. They just don't write as many viruses because there's just not as many of these kind of machines around, but they can get viruses, and you need to be aware of that. And all PCs, no matter what OS they run, should be running some sort of antivirus software. Well, Clam AV is command line driven. You have to use command line to operate it unless you install ClamTK, which is a GUI front end for Clam AV. And I was going through the portion of video training for malware protection on Linux machines, and they were talking about Clam AV and ClamTK. And they were telling me that the command to update Clam AV on Linux is fresh clam in the terminal. Well, I went to do that on my dual boot laptop, which I managed to configure dual boot a few days ago on the laptop, so it'll boot either Windows 10 or a Linux Ubuntu 16.04.4. And when I went to check on updating the definitions for Clam AV in the command terminal, it was said it was locked out by another process. Well, what other process uses it? It's ClamTK, the GUI front end. Sure enough, I went in and looked at the GUI front end in ClamTK, went under update, and it said it's configured to update automatically. Well, there you go. Live and learn. So anyway, I'm learning a lot, and I'm going to be doing little video episodes like this too to go along with the audio reposts that I'm doing. I reposted episode 1 today on the blog. I'll schedule this for tomorrow. And there we go. And onward, upward, and forward. All right. So happy Vulcan fingers to you from the Agent of 42. And that's a shallow dive in the cosmos, if you ask me, but we'll get there. All right. Thank you for listening, and have a great night. And hopefully we'll be talking again soon.